Powered by Riverside.
It's the Dynasty front office, and we are building you championships one trade at a time. I'm your host, Jesse Schneeman, and I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year, all of our listeners, all of our viewers, and anyone that uses our content in any way. Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful 2026. I do want to just bring it down a little bit. We had some tragedy over the holidays. Our good friend, Randall Memphis Young, has left us, and really hard to talk about, but we're really going to miss him. He was kind of the father of our podcast. Most of our core listeners were very close to him. So we're just going to honor his memory the best we can, and that's by doing an awesome fantasy football podcast. And we'll do that by starting with the auspicious Austin Bell. How you doing tonight, Austin?
I'm good, man. Well said, Jesse. Well said. But I'm good. It's week 18, a bunch of playoff footballs coming. I remembered how terrible I am at fantasy for the championship week. But hey, here we are talking about it. So, make sure to listen to me and we're good to go. How are you?
I'm great. I didn't fare so well in championship week. I went 3-5, so below 500s, below my standard. Lost to Michael. That wasn't great. So congrats, Mike, on Einstein's championship. We talk about Einstein's league all the time. So Major Mike Casper, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, no, I'm doing great, Jesse. No, doing good. Hey, just a little word for about Memphis. I first met him 6 years ago. He got me really interested in podcasting just with how he talked and how he liked helping people build good dynasty teams and win championships, right? And that's what we're here for. So definitely hearts out to him and his family. But I'm good. New year. Let's start it off right. Talk about football.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about football. And an old friend is back. My main man, Chad Mendoza. How you doing tonight, Chad?
I'm good, man. It's glad to be back. I missed you guys a lot, so sincerely happy to be here.
Right on. How were your holidays? Kids have a good Christmas?
Oh yeah, fantastic, man. They loved every second of it. So
yeah,
they're both the age, or both just getting to the age where they can both understand what's going on a little bit more.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's a lot of fun, especially using like the Santa threat, like. Guys, he's not bringing anything. Like, calm down, okay?
Nice.
So that's always fun.
Awesome. All right, Mike, why don't you tell everybody where they can find us when we're not podcasting?
Yeah, always catch us on YouTube and Facebook, Dynasty Front Office, Twitter or X at Front Office FF, Discord, link in the description, live every Thursday in the new year still. So we'll be followed by the pod release on Friday. Please like and subscribe. Listener League Year 2 is wrapped up. We'll have a little breakdown for you later in that. So come in the Discord and be part of the family. For today's episodes, we're going to bring you our Trade Banger of the Week, 2025 surprises, Listener League Championship recap, and a Stranger Culture segment.
This is the Trade Banger of the Week, the deal that's too good, too bad, or just too wild not to talk about. If you've got a trade that shook up your league, send it our way. It might just be next week's banger. All right, guys. This is fun. Back doing another Trade Banger.
I'm glad you're doing it. I was not very good at it, so I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah, you weren't. But it's okay.
I know.
Right. I'm here.
I thought the last one was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought you were great, Austin. This week we've got a pretty interesting trade. Everybody knows season's ended for fantasy purposes. Kick off the off season, but this trade was made after championship week. Given that context here, this is from our boy Tiller, and he writes, "Hey guys, first time sending in a trade, and honestly, just looking for some reassurance. Traded away Jackson Dart and Tyler Warren, and received Drake May. With
Woof.
Dart, I started getting nervous around getting or hearing some chatter that the Giants potentially draft a quarterback. Maybe it's nothing, but it's enough to make me hesitate on him long term. Warren was a little bit tougher for me to move, but his production really dropped off after Daniel Jones went out. And with the Colts spending their draft capital in a trade, what was that? The Sauce Gardner trade. I'm not sure how quickly that quarterback situation improves. I was so confused for a second. On the other side, I see May as a long-term QB1. His weapons should only get better, and the team seems committed to building around him. Honestly, feels like a player you don't have to worry about. Maybe even on that Josh Allen path. Interesting. Did I make the right call in locking in May, or did I move off two good assets for maybe a slightly safer quarterback? Appreciate the show. Love you guys, Tiller. All right. Interesting.
Very.
I don't think I would have made this trade, Tiller, but I'm also a little bit biased, so we'll talk to these guys here. Well, I'm really biased on both these players, actually. Tyler Warren and Jackson Dart, but he does bring up a good point on Tyler Warren. Like, what are the Colts going to do with the quarterback situation? Austin, you have any insight there?
Well, the free agent class is a disaster. The best thing I have for him is trading for Kirk Cousins. But is Atlanta going to get rid of him with the way Penix finished the season? So
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I mean, everybody's going to go after Malik Willis, of course, after what we've seen with Green Bay. There's really no other options that are NFL starting worthy. Maybe Geno Smith if the Raiders move off of him.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So, listening to an Eagles podcast today, two
Lord.
Eagles beat writers suggested that Tanner McKee is worth a third or a fourth round pick. That's the Eagles' backup. Every time he's come in, he's looked good, and he's going to start this week. He's going to showcase his ability a little bit. He looked better than Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's
I thought you were going to say Jalen Hurts. I was going to say I agree.
No. Well, so I don't want to get off course, but Tanner McKee is going to come in and look good, and every other Eagles fan is going to want him to start in the playoffs, and it's ridiculous. But Shane Steichen used to be the Eagles offensive coordinator. He's very familiar with Tanner McKee, and if he's looking for a cheap bridge, I'm just throwing it out there, it could happen. Because I do think that they'd be smart to hold on to Daniel Jones, get him for like maybe a 2-year, maybe a year and an option kind of thing.
Yeah.
Keep him around and get a bridge.
See where he's at in the recovery. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That is I guess the main point here, right, of that whole situation is that really affecting how you see Tyler Warren and his progress moving forward as an elite dynasty, producer?
No.
It does for me.
Not really.
With the tight end position, the way Dynasty views tight end is who's producing right now, they're 1 through 5. If they're not producing right now, they drop. It happens to every single one of them, no matter how good they are. If they're young and they're producing, they jump up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they're not, they drop. Look how quick Laporta dropped. And then all of a sudden he started producing and people bounce back up. It happens to all of them. And so if he's not going to produce the level we saw early in the season was he was going to fight for tight end 1 in Dynasty this offseason. So if he's not going to produce close to that, it hurts his ceiling for the short term.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say the one thing that I have question marks on when it comes to, how to value Tyler Warren or how to value any tight end where their quarterback situation is really abysmal, because, you assume that wide receiver, especially a wide receiver room like the Colts have, where they do have a lot of answers at the wide receiver position, it is going to defer a little bit to that. But with Tyler Warren, we saw even when Daniel Jones went down and the quarterback play did suffer quite a bit, the targets were still there, which is intriguing to me. It's not like with Sam Laporta where the targets literally evaporated and we were saying, okay, this guy's not even seeing the ball anymore. They were still trying to get the ball to Tyler Warren. It was just a talent issue. It was Phillip Rivers is just not at it anymore. And the other guys they had at the position just obviously weren't, starting NFL caliber quarterbacks. So you hope that, at least for me, you see a competent level of quarterback play next season from whatever direction they choose to go. And that makes me feel really safe on Tyler Warren because we see that the game plan does revolve around this guy getting the ball.
Yeah,
They do
I
make a
agree with that
concerted
completely.
effort.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing, right? Because targets were definitely there with the corpse of Phillip Rivers. Like, love what he did to see him try to come back and do that, but not sustainable. And we've seen, even McBride, right? He's obviously different level, but he's still producing crazy numbers with Brissett, who granted they're throwing a million times a game. So I think he's definitely still on the top 3 level just because we saw it. And we saw it with I don't know, most of us would probably say good / mediocre quarterback in Daniel Jones, depending on how you classify that. So I feel like whatever they can get can probably be better than Rivers. So I'm still going to have him up there pretty high on my tight end rankings. And I think he can still do it.
I didn't want to say, I'm not trying to say I'm lower on him, but he asked the question of, will there be worries going forward?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, yes, there can be. There is an avenue where by, October of next year, we see Loveland, Fannin, possibly Kraft, possibly Laporta, Gadsden all jump him because Warren's not producing early on in the season. Yeah. Whereas Bowers and McBride, barring from injury, they're not dropping down. Yeah. So that's what I meant. I currently have Warren 3 very safely in my tight end rankings.
Yeah.
But because of the question in that offense at the most important position, there is a worry that these other younger guys could absolutely jump the first month or 2 of the season.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I love Tyler Warren. He's really hard to get. He's a very difficult asset. So it's nice. It's nice when you're trading an elite asset to get an elite asset back. I still wouldn't do it. I'm still taking the Drake May side. I'm not trading Drake May for a guy that I hope is going to be for me, I'm going to have him ranked as QB2. Drake May. So I'm not trading the QB2 overall for a QB2 and a tight end. I'm just not doing that. To me, the process there is not good.
What's the premium? Did he happen to say?
0.75.
Now, if you have Drake May ranked lower than I do, like I said, I have him QB2, that's very high, then that's a different story. But if you have Drake May ranked where I have him, you can't make that trade.
Depends on where you have Dart, if we're going to be honest.
That's true.
That's going to be the big one.
That's true. I haven't gotten that far in my rankings, but he's not going to be a QB1, I don't think. He'll be probably on the border.
He'll be around that for me.
Yeah.
On the border, maybe 13 to 15 is what I'm
just quickly looking. I think 11, 12, 13 is probably where I'm going to have him.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just quickly looking.
10 range.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not downgrading that far for a tight end.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really interesting trade. I like the thought. One of the things when we talked about surprises later on, I didn't put them, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Drake May being to this level of production was going to be a big surprise. I mean, obviously was a big surprise. I know all of us believed in him to a certain extent, but I don't think anybody expected the numbers we got this year. Is this a time where he's at his peak and it's time to sell? Like we saw with Jaden Daniels last year. I mean, it's hard for these young guys to replicate to this level year after year. Now, some do it, and those are the guys that end up 1, 2, 3 every year in Dynasty, but a lot of them don't. Are there any question marks? Apparently no with Jesse, but do either one of you other guys have a question that, maybe we're seeing the peak right now and, defenses get better against them or whatever it may be?
I mean, it's hard to get much higher than 2 or 3, which I think is definitely fair, where Jesse has them as well. So
yeah, I don't disagree.
When you said it reminded you of Jaden Daniels, that's what I completely thought of, except I don't think he's as fragile, I guess, because of what he does as a runner. And I think his arm talent is pretty elite. And I like the situation. I like the coach. I like the stability there. So it's not a crazy situation where you got new coaches coming in and out and I don't know, an organization that never seems to get it right. I think you're pretty safe with what you got in the Pats there. As far as overall build, like, I still don't even know where I'm at on this trade, just because I don't know what Dart's value is right now with an interim coach, his best receiver not there, an interim coach that's asking him really not to pass, it seems like, very much. And I don't know if he's trying to hide it or what's going on, but you just haven't heard a lot about Dart from where it was at the middle of the season when it was pretty exciting and some good fantasy numbers. So I don't know, Chad, if you've got more on that, because I don't know where he's at. I don't know where Dart's at in value wise.
I mean,
what do you guys
the people are saying you can't. I mean, the fantasy numbers are still there, right? Like he had the down week against New England where he put up 14 points, and then the down week against Minnesota, which 3 weeks later where he put up 0.02 points. But in between there, he had a QB9 finish and a QB4 finish. He's played 13 games this season, 12 or 13 games, and he has 13 TDs and 9 rushing TDs, 13 passing TDs, 9 rushing TDs. Like he's on pace for he would be on pace for an incredible rookie season had he started the entire year. It's just he didn't, and he's had one bad game because the New England game was bad for fantasy purposes, but it's not really a bad game. He didn't throw any picks or anything. He just threw 1 touchdown. The Minnesota game was the only game this year where he looked bad, but the game plan was abysmal. They didn't even throw the ball until the third quarter, essentially.
Not a whole lot of quarterbacks have looked great against Minnesota either. So
yeah, that's the thing too. We saw Sam Darnold throw 4 picks against them or something crazy. 3 picks and 2 fumbles or something.
Goff looked terrible too. So
yeah. So it's. I think Jackson Dart has had an absolutely insane rookie season for especially considering what's around him. I would make the trade. I would take Dart and Warren. I'd probably ask for a little kind of secondary piece.
But I think I agree with you that Jackson Dart has looked excellent and he definitely looks the part, but you're ignoring the scary part of him, which is the reckless way that he plays, and that he could keep getting injured and just be out of the league, or
it's overblown. It's overblown.
Okay.
I would just watch every Giants game. It's a media talking point at this point, so they talk about it every single game all the time. When the media talks about something like that, it just becomes part of the reality. And so, yeah, he does need to slide more, and he has the last few weeks made a concerted effort to slide more, but it's silly. It's silly.
Okay. He looks like an excellent young quarterback. Drake May just broke out in he took the quote unquote Josh Allen leap. Would you trade Josh Allen right after he broke out? Absolutely not.
I mean, it kind of depends on what
we don't. Yeah, you don't know, right? Josh Allen's value when he first broke out is completely different to what his value is now, because we know he's a sustainable asset at his peak.
For fantasy.
He's maintained this for years, for fantasy.
But after that first year,
there's still going to be question marks.
After that first year, I wasn't trading him for this package either.
No, I would have. There's just too many question marks. I mean, that's like saying, you wouldn't have traded Jaden Daniels for this package last season.
Yeah, that's a really.
I might not have actually. Yeah, you're probably right. I might not have.
And that's kind of why
CJ
my
Stroud
question
was
of the
QB3,
peak,
right?
I wasn't as high on Stroud.
But that's you, right? I'm just saying, in principle, this is just
it happens every year. It seems like
evaluating a quarterback. It can happen, right? Drake May could absolutely have a down year next year, and his value fall through the floor. I just think I believe in the production value of Dart as a quarterback in fantasy football, because the rushing upside is so high. I mean, 9 rushing TDs in 13 games is insane.
Yeah.
Right?
He is definitely going to hog rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and what has he had, 500, 600 yards or something like that rushing?
And I would expect the Giants to kind of go with the running backs that they have, which is, not star level. So it's not like they're going to need to feed running backs at the goal line.
Yeah, yeah, and the one good thing to take away from what they decided to do with Dart, especially this past week against Las Vegas, they still let him run. They weren't designed runs. They toned that back down a little bit, but
There were
as
a
far
couple.
as letting him escape out of the pocket and run the football at his whim, they still allow him to do that, which is what you like to see. I do think they probably should have took the design runs down a little bit because they had him design runs up the middle all the time for some reason. Um, but yeah, it's nuts. Anyways,
So yeah, a lot's
yeah,
going to depend on with the coaching and whether what they surround Neighbors with. But it is going to be fun to watch him with Neighbors.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully
for
with
me,
Carnell
I
Tate.
just think you're buying in on the floor on two really, really, really talented players. And when you're looking at from a dynasty perspective, you have a tight end where the coaching staff who is going to be around this, next year. They're making a concerted effort to get Tyler Warren the ball, and Tyler Warren is a player that is always been designed. He has a game plan designed for him, right? And then Jackson Dart is kind of the premier rushing dual threat quarterback that you kind of want in fantasy. So I believe in the floor of that package.
This is my last argument for Drake May. With his age and his pedigree in the year that he just put up in his second season, you have to make me a Godfather offer, and for me, that's not what that is.
I do agree that it's not a mind-blowing offer. Jesse, if that was Bo Nix instead of Jackson Dart, are you taking it?
No, nope, no, because I don't. I'm not sure that I have Bo Nix over Jackson Dart. So
Yeah, I was curious. Keep Trade
They're
Cut
both
has them
in
identical, so I
they're
was just
they're in a
curious.
very similar tier to me.
Okay. I was just curious if the injury thing of Dart would, Nick's knock on wood hasn't had that yet. So I didn't know if that was the part you wouldn't do.
Yeah, definitely knock on wood. Jeez.
I kind of like Dart a little better because like Denver's defense and weird coaching holds Nick's back. So I like
Screw
Dart a
their
little
coach.
better.
I agree with that.
The other thing too is like this Giants offense is going to look significantly better with Neighbors in it, and they're projected to draft a high end prospect at wide receiver. We'll see if that happens or not, but that would be fun.
Right on. I think you guys should keep concentrating on our line, but that's the Andy Reid in me talking.
The offensive line is actually, not to talk too much about the Giants here in this trade, but the offensive line was actually really good this year.
Can never have too much. Can never have too much.
Yeah,
Eagles had 5 Pro Bowlers, and now look at them. I mean, that was last year.
Yeah,
but we just can't have Darius Slayton starting games anymore. That's the biggest crux of the team.
It would be nice if you brought back Wandale.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about him later.
Certainly.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I guess we'll just go down. We talked about all 3 players here. We all think really highly of Drake May. We have various levels of optimism for Jackson Dart, and I think we're all pretty excited about Tyler Warren. I'm just going to go down the list, ask you if you would have made this trade or not. You can say yay, nay, or wash if you want to. Jesse Schneeman, how do you feel about the trade?
No, I wouldn't have traded Drake May for that.
Austin?
Well, he did the opposite. He traded.
Yeah, he got
Drake May.
Oh, he got Drake May. Oh, yes, absolutely. I would make that trade. Yeah, great job, Teller.
I would not. I'm
Tiller.
One of those. Yeah, Tiller. But anyway,
Endor Teller.
I would not. I would keep my young assets in majority of situations and rosters. But it's a good trade. It's really interesting.
Yeah. How do you feel, Mark?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'd keep the package. You have a chance at top 5 at 2 positions. For one, that could be top 3, top 1. I'll take the top 5. The point difference probably isn't enough, and tight end's bad enough. So, give me something I know there.
Yeah, I think for me, if it was a tight end, just another notch down, like just one more spot down. Any other tight end, besides Tyler Warren, tight end 4, 5, 6. I would take the Drake
I agree
side,
with that.
Same. I agree with that.
I'm going to go with the Jackson Dart, Tyler Warren side. I wouldn't have made the trade.
I would laugh at you if you offered me Fannin and Dart for MA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, I
But
agree with
that's what
that
I'm
too.
saying.
Yeah.
I would laugh at you too, but and who knows? Fannin might be tight end 1 next year.
He's awesome.
We're about to talk
but
about
still.
surprises, right?
Yeah, but it's a tight
He's
end
on
now,
there,
man.
yeah.
Anyways, this has been the trade banger of the week. The deal that's too good, too bad, or just too wild not to talk about. If you got a trade that shook up your league, send it our way. That was the intro. My bad, but I haven't done this in a while. So Discord us your next trade. We may put it up, we may not. Depends on how I feel that day. Thanks for the trade, Tiller. It was great.
That was. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was the wrong button. I meant to mute that.
What, Chad or you?
Oh,
Me.
man. That's no way.
Sorry. All right. So these are our most shocking players of the season. These are just players that surprise the crap out of us, whether it's in a good way, a bad way, or just a confusing way. Mike, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. I guess I'll just start with Trevor Lawrence. Finished in most formats as a QB5 was not what I expected, especially with how the year kind of started. It was kind of weird, and the relationship between him and Liam Cohen was kind of weird too. And I was like, oh man, this could go south really, really fast. But he has lit it up, and especially when it mattered most, especially for fantasy, right? So I don't know. I was just totally impressed. I feel like this is what we've been waiting for since he came out. So, and he's going to keep the same OC. He's got great wide receivers, right? We'll talk about Parker Washington later. He's one of the other ones.
Does he though?
Yeah, does he?
I mean, if he's
Somebody
able to
tell him that.
yeah, if he's able to put up QB5 numbers despite that, like it's.
But he did that without his good wide receivers.
Well, no, that's not true. They re-signed Jacoby and Myers.
Yeah, so
They have their good wide receiver.
So I don't know. It just wasn't something I expected. It was kind of, I guess, narrative based and things that I saw over the past couple of years. I just didn't see a breakout coming in a first year with a new head coach. And I was like, well, if things don't go well, honestly, they could maybe move off of him, but completely did a 360. So that really surprised me.
Yeah, he's a boat.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's a boat, it's Trevor Lawrence. I mean,
That's so funny. As much as you talk junk about him, I
I
hated
killed
him
him.
not even 2 months ago.
I killed
here he
him
is.
to
He's a
start the
boat.
year. I mean, I really did. I had enough. It didn't click, and yeah, I just had enough. I traded him for. I traded Trevor, and I guess what it ended up being like 110 or 109 for Stafford and JT.
I mean, that worked okay too.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have Trevor in the first, to be honest. I mean, I needed a running back, but
I know you had Trevor on the list too, Austin. What did you think?
Yeah, he was my top guy as well, especially with how the season started.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we were on here the first couple weeks talking about off-throw percentages and, I mean, everything about it. I know, again, Jesse was adamant about he only looks at his first read, which was true. It was like 71% or something. He's led the league the past 4 years in first read percentage throws. And then all of a sudden, it just opened up. I mean, a big thing is which Liam Cohen, the head coach, was really adamant about was rushing. He's got 350 yards and 9 rushing touchdowns this year, which is really what's turned on. I mean, he's got good numbers passing, almost 3,800 and 26 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's good as well. But the rushing is what's changed a lot, and especially for fantasy. Him using his legs opens up everything that he's good at. So that's an exciting thing to see.
He was always supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know, that was supposed to be part of the package. So I'm glad that it's clicking with this coach, because I mean, I really do think that he's doing good things. I have complete trust, to be honest.
Yeah, we need to remember how important coaching is.
Yeah.
It's something I think a lot of dynasty managers don't think about in the overarching scheme of things, that almost all of these players are talented. There are a few that aren't, but most of these guys are good to some extent. That's why they're in the league. What makes them great most of the time is the coach and the scheme.
I don't mean to go 2 times in a row, but on the other side of that, I had JJ McCarthy. And I think that's kind of where we had, I know Chad, and I feel like I was on the same boat too. If I was like, if anybody can figure out how to make this work, it's O'Connell, right? Like he made Darnold look good, right? So despite our misgivings at the beginning of the season, I think we all had a lot of trust in him, right? But it's seemed super rocky. So I don't know. What are your guys' outlooks? I thought it would be a lot better.
To be fair, I thought JJ McCarthy was the one that would be playing quarterback. I didn't know it was 9. If I knew it was 9, I'd have been like, well, there's nothing we can do for this guy. Like, don't draft him, guys. But yeah, I thought JJ McCarthy was playing.
Yeah, that was one where I felt like I took the coaching maybe too much.
I was about to say it makes my statement sound so stupid.
That's why I wanted to say it is where's the, I guess, give and take of.
At the end of the day, you still have to go out and do it.
Yeah,
he's still a human being that has to take the coaching and also it hasn't been that long. You can't expect a raw prospect like JJ McCarthy to maybe you can, but just pick it up like that. Maybe it's just going to take a little more time. I'd love to see.
It hasn't all been bad either. Like there's
he's had some good
moments
that he's a good player going forward. Like it hasn't all been bad.
So I'd love to see Tua go there and then Kyler go to Miami. Be nice.
So where's JJ McCarthy go and all that?
He can stay there and just sit. And
no, we do not need that.
Yeah,
as ugly as the QB room is,
I'm sure the Vikings
want Minnesota to sit JJ McCarthy and then start Tua.
Who's going to start in Green Bay and at Chicago, one of the coldest places ever, where Tua has the worst games of his life?
No, we're going to coach him up. It's going to be fine.
Hey, you are not cold. You're not cold.
You're warm.
You're
going
to be fine.
Yeah, we'll get him some gloves.
Gosh.
Oh, you need to be saying Indianapolis, not Minnesota.
Yeah,
Indianapolis, because they play in a dome.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota does too, but the other teams in the division don't. So
you're just calling my boy soft?
He is.
He is.
And he's admitted it.
He called himself soft?
Yeah, he also admitted he couldn't see over the line. Who actually says that in the public media?
Yeah, Bryce Young don't say that. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Tyler never said that.
Brock Purdy spoke about that Shanahan would scheme him lanes even when he couldn't see over the line. At least he admitted that the coach schemed him open. Tua's just over here. I can't see over the line sometimes. I couldn't see him.
He's been hitting the head a lot.
That's true.
He has, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, moving on.
You didn't learn that at home.
Jesse, what you got?
All right, who's my first one? I got DJ Moore. Well, actually, we'll lump these two together, right? It's DJ Moore and Luther Burden. I will admit that I was wrong about.
Go ahead here, Jesse.
I will admit that I was wrong about Luther Burden, and I'm surprised at the way these two guys were used this year. So now I'm not surprised that Luther Burden has the talent to do what he did, but coming out, he's the kind of guy that if I'm going to miss on a guy, it's going to be like on Luther Burden, Jaden Reed, Rashi. Well, I was okay on Rashi Rice, but because he's bigger. But the smaller kind of zone beater, gadgety guys, they got to be used right to be good, right? And they have to be used by the right coach to be good. And Luther Burden got that, and I didn't think that it would click that fast. I figured DJ Moore would eat up a lot of that role, and he did not. DJ Moore was more of a boomer bust wide receiver 3 at best this year. There were times where he was unstartable. It was really, really a rough ride. I was really surprised at how inconsistent his usage was. We've talked about on previous episodes that he's gotten out in his contract this year, and I can't wait for him to leave.
Yeah.
And for Luther Burden to sort of take over more of a role. And I really like him. Curious what you guys think Luther Burden is worth before
I think this is pretty premature, to be honest with you.
Oh, I don't. I think if you don't buy in now, he's going to get extremely expensive.
Yeah, you won't ever have him.
Well, okay.
I won't ever have him then. I'm not paying more than a late first for him. I mean, we haven't really seen much.
Oh. Wait, you think who thinks he's worth more than that?
I think you're not
think
getting
he's
him for a single late first.
single late first.
Yeah,
You were
I'm
not
think he's
paying
worth more than
late
that.
first for him.
I mean, I don't really even want to pay that. I want to pay like 2 seconds.
No.
He's
Well,
had
I
like
won't
2 wide
a lot
receiver
too,
1
but-
weeks the entire season.
I'm with
Yeah.
Chad at that price.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't think anyone who has Luther Burden is selling him for a single late first.
I mean, I
But
liked him. I
here's-
admit
here's
I
my
was
thing.
wrong,
We're
but
facing
come
the
on.
same. We're facing the same stuff. Like, I'm not saying Luther Burden's a bad player, right? I'm saying there's still a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. They still have Roma Dunze. They still have Colson Loveland, right? It's not
And they
like
still
Luther
love to
Burden
run
just
the ball.
broke out and had this prolific season. We saw one really, really crazy week late in the year against San Francisco, and then we saw the game really early in the year where he looked really, really good. In between that, it's been a whole lot of nothing. So I get it. Like, he's a fun player to watch. And if they do scheme up for him and they do say, okay, he's our wide receiver 1 in this offense, he's going to be our first read X number of times, it can be really, really good. But, I mean, you can say the same thing for Roma Dunze. You can say the same thing for Colson Loveland.
Explain to me. I'm stuttering now. Explain to me why Luther Burden is any more valuable than Jaden Reed.
Well, one, because
it's the unknown factor for me.
Yeah.
Jaden
it's the
Reed,
ceiling, the age.
Yeah.
I mean, Reed, we've seen Green Bay not centralize
using
him in targets a lot. So
I think
Now,
you're
if you're
gonna do that with Burden
if you're
too.
saying like, well, yeah, I mean, Jaden Reed coming off his first year was more impressive than Luther Burden is now.
Exactly.
That's a conversation to have. Jaden Reed coming off of his first season did
True.
have a better year.
I don't.
but Green Bay
that's
doesn't
a
have
conversation.
nearly the weapons that Chicago has
Well,
going
yeah, no,
forward. So that's why Jaden Reed would get centralized more.
Well, yeah. So I'm not saying that Luther Burden is destined for Jaden Reed. I'm just saying, like, the conversation now can't be the same thing with Jaden Reed, because Jaden Reed, we've seen, he doesn't have it. It's not happening for him. Luther Burden, there's still a question mark there. It can happen. I'm just saying it's premature to be paying up a ton for Luther Burden here. He's still in the same boat as what he was this rookie season, other than it just wasn't abysmal all the time.
So what do you see as ceiling as Mike and Austin, guys that like Burden?
Well, I mean,
Stealing
that's
or
Ceiling.
I mean,
see,
that's,
I'm
it's a
spelling
really
these
tough
words
one.
wrong in my head.
Oh my God.
I mean, a Chris Olave type ceiling, but not with that offense is the problem, because there's too many other weapons. So you don't know. I mean, honestly, Jaden Reed after his rookie year is a great comparison. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, to be honest. And Jaden Reed was really expensive after his rookie year.
Yeah, he was worth.
He was really expensive. So, like, I have no issue with that.
So sort of a volatile.
The thing
wide
is
receiver too.
Luther Burden was the number 1 prospect in his class coming out of high school. Jaden Reed was like a 2-star high school recruit. He has the pedigree. He has the higher end talent and ceiling than Jaden Reed. So if you're telling me I could get a better Jaden Reed, that's pretty exciting.
I mean, I feel like you saw the improvement, and then going back to the coaching too is where I'm like, yeah, with DJ Moore not there, I feel like that's kind of a
Yeah, I'm really excited with
deal.
that.
So
Roma
on your
Luther Burden,
championship
and
dynasty
Loveland.
squad, what is the ideal spot? Where could Burden get for you? Is he like you're going to start him as your second?
I mean, is
wide
him as
receiver?
JMO, like where you guys are maybe starting to put JMO ceiling there? Is that
Really?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, you're talking about Amon-Ra, Laporta, JMO. You got Loveland, Rome, and Burden. Is that two? I'm not saying it's a 1-for-1 fit. I'm not saying it's a 1-for-1 fit. But I'm talking about when we're saying it's too many mouths to feed, kind of a thing, right? We're talking about
seen with the Lions, it's too many mouths to feed because they haven't all been able to be productive at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, but granted, they had coaching changes though too. So I don't know.
Well, yeah,
it's where I would trust Ben Johnson more in what he's done with the offense than what stayed behind in Detroit.
Well, what I'm saying is it's very rare for 3 players to be fantasy relevant in one offense at a skill position, wide receiver, tight end. It's very rare. It happens,
Sure.
but it's exceedingly rare. So I'm not willing to. I would pay a late first for Burden, and just to have a dart throw if I didn't like some of the players in that range in this class, or maybe it's a future like a 28 first or something like that, I would be willing to do that. But any more than that, I mean, he's in not that much of a different position as he was coming in the year for me. He's a talented player. The situation is really scary.
So he's not worth more than a high second, then, is what you're saying?
No, I said a late first.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's not worth late first.
He said he wouldn't pay more than that.
Yeah, Austin said he would.
I'm assuming no one will sell him that has him for just a single late first.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think that's crazy. Like, I get the late first, especially in this kind of class. In certain situations, I would pay that. I don't feel any better about the situation than I did. If anything, it showed that what we thought coming into the year pretty much played out exactly what we thought. They have really talented players in that offense. Luther Burden is one of them, but somebody's not going to eat, and it could very, very easily be Luther Burden.
I mean, the good news is they're going to be one less receiver going forward of that caliber talent. DJ Moore isn't going to be there. That it's obvious.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a positive. Sure. Is that unlike this year where we had 2 tight ends and 3 wide receivers, we have 1 tight end because Komet's also likely gone, and we have 2 receivers. So that's doable to at least expect some kind of fantasy production. But I also understand what Chad's saying is it's just like it's hard to trust J-Mo. Without seeing it on a weekend basis, it's hard for me to put him in my lineup every week and say he's going to get me points. And
there's a ton of other players I'd rather have.
Yeah. And even Sam Laporta, right? It's hard to trust Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Sure. So, like,
absolutely.
There's not, like, we can say, okay, even the Bengals offense, one of the most prolific offenses in recent memory, right? With the quarterback play of Joe Burrow, it's really just T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. There's not room for anybody else.
Yeah, and Chase Brown.
Well, Chase Brown.
He's their third receiver.
Different. Yeah. But
he's used that way.
An extension of the run game. There's going to be that, there in most teams in kind of the league they're playing in now. So,
but that's
it's
where
just
those
really hard for 2
go.
wide receivers and a tight end to all produce.
Especially like you said there, but they're run heavy, just like Detroit is. Both of those, that's a really good comparison for their offensive styles. Is they're both extremely run heavy and loaded at the skill position. So
you see it in Philly too. Like, you can't feed two wide receivers and a tight end every game.
Yeah,
the squeaky wheel has gotten the grease.
So
there, by the way,
Keep Trade Cut does have Burden and a late 26 first, about dead even. It's literally like 3 points apart. So
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, I would pay that. I just don't think managers that have him are going to let him go for just where
I would. I do have shares of him, and I would. So if you have him in a league, and you're looking to get rid of any kind of, as long as it's not like 112 or something. Well,
I'd do it for 112 in a heartbeat. I'd do it for 203 and 207.
I just don't know what 112 is going to be this year right now. Maybe later I would, but I'd like to see things get fleshed out a little bit with people coming out.
Casey Concepcion.
Yeah, not nearly the talented Luther Burden is, but
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, you might be right.
You still hate Luther Burden, is what you're saying?
No. You might be right that 112 ends up not being as good a player as Luther Burden, but there's other players that I'd rather have for that pick.
Could be about
maybe a better situation. Maybe you get a player at 112 that's in a better situation. It doesn't take a more talented player to outproduce Luther Burden. That's the thing.
Concepcion goes to dream spot.
All right, Devonta Smith or Burden.
Devonta Smith all day and all night. It's not even conversation for me. They're not even.
Okay, other 2 guys that seem like they're thinking really hard.
He should carry. He should be carrying Devonta
because
Smith's
I know
luggage.
Jesse is.
I do think Devonta Smith is better, but it's where I'm looking forward and thinking about this quarterback situation and stuff. For me, is the problem for fantasy reasons.
You should look forward and think about whether or not AJ Brown's going to be with the Eagles long term.
That's true.
If Devonta Smith was younger,
Oh yeah,
I would go
absolutely.
Devin Smith. Yeah,
He's stayed in
he's
college a little too
27,
long.
going on 28, right? So
Yeah.
it's
He just turned 27, so
Holy
he'll be
smokes, I didn't know
27
he's
this
that old.
entire season.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was
Coming up.
26 going on 27.
Yeah, he
Wow,
just turned
gotcha.
27.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you got Smith, Waddle, Zay Flowers, Addison. Like those are the receivers right in the same tier for value for keep trade cut with Burden, and I think that fits right in.
I would take every single one of those guys over Burden in a heartbeat because they've all produced real seasons. I would take all of them, and it's so fast. And
I would
put
take Burden
Rashee
over
Rice.
some of those guys.
I put Rashee Rice in that same category, by the way. You probably have him
no.
higher.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's higher for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's higher
absolutely.
than them.
Wow. I mean, without my homie, first of all.
Well, we're gonna
without
have
Mahomes,
Mahomes.
Well, he's
He's-
coming. Yeah, he's coming.
He's gonna be back.
He can
He's
die.
not dead.
Yeah, thankfully.
I think he's just gonna have a get right year. You know what I mean? Or it's gonna take him a year to get right, is what I mean.
I mean, he's
Well,
not-
the
he's
good
not
thing
Lamar
is
Jackson.
Rasheed Rice
It'll be
is
all right.
dominant near the line of scrimmage, so
What
he
about
can
Lamar?
just go like this.
Quick throws.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson. Like it's not like his entire game depends on his legs. Like he does move around the pocket quite a bit, but I'm not looking for him to get 30 rushing touchdowns next year. So
yeah. All right. Chad, who you
My
got?
surprise player, Tyler Shuck.
That's a good one. I didn't think about it.
So yeah, I did not. Number one, just eye test, passes it. Looks
Yeah.
like a really good
It
player.
does.
And then on top of that, you look at the Dynasty production. He started 9 weeks this year, thus far, and he has finished as a top 16 quarterback in 6 of those 9 games, and he's finished as a QB1 in 4 of those 9 games. Very impressive. Granted, the competition has been a little bit lower, but we saw him have a really good game against Carolina. And we saw him have a really good game
Low
against
competition.
Carolina twice.
That's low competition.
No, but Carolina's defense has been really impressive this year. And
It's been a lot better.
Yeah, they're league
they have
average
made a lot of
finally.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're league average.
Possible
they have
division
made a
It
lot
winner.
of-
hasn't been the
a lot of
cake
quarterbacks
matchup
struggle,
I
so-
expected it to be.
I tried to tell you.
Possible division winner.
yeah.
There you go.
When I mean, JC
He's,
weren't
he's
healthy.
had he's had 2 300-yard passing games.
Yeah, he looks good. I've
Incredibly
watched him.
surprising to me.
And he's making good throws. I listened to a podcast from Greg Cosell about this. His footwork has been really good. And Greg Cosell is a guy that studies quarterbacks and the mechanics of quarterbacks. So if he tells me that, I'm excited. Because like you see the throw, it looks like that last, I'm talking about the 60-yard touchdown to Olave, the really impressive.
Yeah.
dot he made.
Yeah.
Greg Cosell was explaining how it was a 3-step drop with a pump fake, and then he had to reset his feet to a 5-step drop and then deliver it on a dime. And he did it like he's been doing it for, years, like a veteran. Yeah. So I'm really, really excited about this kid. He's a relative of mine.
So
Blindside.
since you
I'm
said
blindsided.
like a veteran, I do want to bring up he is exactly 2 years younger than Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, and Sam Darnold.
I don't care.
2
with
years
quarterbacks.
younger.
I mean, maybe that's a
Yeah,
hot take.
2 years
I
younger,
just don't
yes.
care.
Okay.
I don't.
He's
I don't
26,
care.
right?
Yeah, he's 26, correct. He will be 27 at some point.
I mean,
during
Bo
the
Nix,
season
Bo
coming up.
Nix was
Quarterbacks
near
are paying
there
to, like,
too, right?
34
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah. Wow. Or 44.
Does anyone
or
even?
44.
I don't even know who the wide receiver 2 is in New Orleans. Does anybody know?
Jawan Johnson, that's who it's
it
been.
was.
Well, yeah,
Rasheed
but I mean,
Shaheed,
the actual on the,
No.
chart, yeah.
Devon Vele.
Yeah, he
but
got
then
hurt. He's on IR too.
so
Oh.
tipped
Yeah, I don't
in,
know.
and I don't know. He's got a lot of opportunity to go.
And
up
they've got
there.
high draft capital, and I'm going to tell you they're not drafting a quarterback.
No, absolutely not.
They're not
No.
drafting a quarterback.
No.
So it's going to be a wide receiver. It's got to be a wide receiver.
Well, the problem is they're still
Or a
in
lineman.
cap hell, like absolute cap hell again. So they need everything, and their defense is really old. I don't
They could just
know
trade
what
back.
they're going to do to make this roster better. Which they've been really good at pushing the chips back year after year after year, and having a rookie QB will help that a ton.
Yeah.
But as the actual
Especially
young
a rookie
players,
QB getting paid what he's getting paid.
yeah. So it's going to be interesting what they do around him. Like, how high do y'all have him? Is he above Kyler for you?
Sure.
Yeah.
McCarthy and Penix?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be above Stafford and Jones.
I mean, I have a 25%
next on the
share.
tier is Bryce Young, Goff, and Darnold.
Yeah, I would take those guys.
Not Darnold, yeah, for sure. For me.
I would take those guys.
Mike still hates Goff.
Yeah.
Second in the league in passing, just so you know.
Ask everybody how they felt about him in their fantasy championship game.
Oh, okay, 1 week. Yeah, 1 week.
It was the second worst matchup he could have had.
Yeah. Second in the league in passing, even
he
after
still had
that.
some stinkers.
How'd they
Still
feel
had some
about Gibbs
stinkers.
in his championship, in his championship week? We're not getting
Salty
back into
as
that,
I'm as salty as they come after making that trade.
though. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that would put him right around QB 22 for us, which is that's a big jump for Shuck. That's pretty nice to see.
I was gonna say around 24. So
yeah.
Okay. So low end QB 2. Man, he
could rapidly improve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially under Kellen Moore. They seem to really gel with each other. They understand each other. This is the guy that Kellen Moore wanted, so he can obviously do the things he wants to get done. I love it. Like I said, he's a relative of mine. I blindsided him.
Imagine if
my family blindsided him, and then his family blindsided me. So it's
imagine if the Saints shock everybody and go get George Pickens. Pickens and Olave.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I know they don't. That what they've done with their money is crazy for the past decade, but they need another weapon.
I think Pickens. You go to New England. They still.
I think at this point, if you've got a bad team, especially if you've gone out there and you just hit the lottery on a quarterback, which they might have done with Shuck here, with what they're having to pay him, which is basically nothing in quarterback money.
Yeah.
So then you just say, you know what, we're a bad team. Screw it. We need to go get him a weapon to see if we can maintain this level of quarterback play. Because if not, you're screwing your team even more, because then you got to go out there and find a quarterback, and those cost a lot of money. So,
listen to these
I would
cats.
say.
So this year was 1.9. Next year's 2.4. Following year's 2.9, and the year at 2028 is 3.4.
Yeah, they've got to protect him. They've got to go get wide receivers for him. Like they have no choice.
There's also it's a really good offensive tackle class.
It is.
Yeah,
Olave,
everybody to do that.
Got to go get pass catchers for him.
So Olave's playing on his 5th-year option next year.
Yeah,
they're going to re-sign him in the offseason. I feel like.
Yeah,
they cannot let him walk.
I think they've been trying to get a deal done. With him, right?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to either.
He's got to be such an interesting price point for NFL terms. Because, he just had this lung issue where they found a blood clot in his lung.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they caught it early, and he's going to be, just fine. But it's just one injury after another. I mean, the concussions, I think they registered 5 or 6 of them since college. So, it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of money. Because production-wise, he's almost dead even with Garrett Wilson through their careers. And Garrett got a 4-year, $130 million. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Tell you what, I've watched quite a number of Saints games because I have a lot of Tyler Shuck shares. I've been trying to figure out what to do with him this season. And a lot of it takes a lot of walks to the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more, they just stop talking about it. They're like, you just assume when he's not on the field, he's walking to the locker room. Yeah. They just have scheduled sessions to check his body out because.
So the Saints have $90.5 million in dead cap already for next year, and they're $22.5 million over the cap.
Yeah, they're not signing a wide
What
receiver.
a mess! What an absolute mess!
It's just so disappointing too, because that's your golden window with a young QB on a decent contract.
Well, they've been doing this for literally a decade.
Gosh,
like Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, and Taysom Hill will all be off the roster contract-wise next year, and they're paying them almost $40 million next year to not be on the roster.
What's crazy is I don't even remember the last time they drafted a quarterback high.
Yeah, a long time.
I don't even think it's in our like relative, maybe in Jesse's lifetime, but
Yeah, Archie. Yeah,
Jamies?
Arch.
they
That
didn't
was
draft
Bucks.
Jameis.
That was the Bucks.
Oh, that was
the
Tampa.
Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
What a
traded
mess.
for Breeze.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
or he was a free agent.
No, they traded for Breeze, yeah.
Traded, okay.
Whew. So, yeah, Shuck is exciting, but that's why we have him as a low-end QB2,
Yeah.
because we
Sometime
don't know how
in
much
Jesse's
better the
childhood.
situation. Yeah.
Was the last time Saints.
I can't remember the guy's name. I'm thinking of I can picture him.
Manning, the dad, Arch Manning.
Yeah, maybe it was Arch Manning.
You are
Oh,
right.
man.
1971.
The original Arch Manning. What if they take the new Arch Manning?
That's what the
1971. They took Archie Manning with the 2nd overall pick. That's the last
thinking
time
of
they drafted a
Blake.
first-round quarterback.
Jeff Blake.
Yeah, not even a joke. That's crazy.
Oh, that was the Bengals. No, I don't know.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well,
right.
he's saying it's Arch. Yeah. So
Let's get back on
actually
track.
Arch.
Austin.
I'm gonna pick and choose. I'm gonna. My next one's C.J. Stroud. Just another down year for fantasy. He's QB 21 right now. What are we doing with him?
He looks fine.
Yeah, he looks fine, but he's not producing for fantasy. So those two don't always go together.
Because he hasn't really
He's
run that
old.
much. And their defense is so good. Their defense might not be that good every year. Injuries happen.
Yeah.
And then they have to pass more. So,
Because
Yeah,
Nico's
like
wide
Chad
receiver 7. So Nico's still producing.
That's with the
And just-
injuries
I mean,
too. He was
Higgins
injured.
looks good. Like you have
They
no
need a
choice
running game
at this point.
Yeah. Are you buying? Is he at that point where they have him on a not a top 3 roster? Would you trade Dak Prescott for him?
yeah.
I trade Dak.
Because of the age. Zach's
Baker?
like 34.
Baker
No,
Mayfield?
I'd keep Baker.
I'd rather take Dak.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have
Fantasy.
him or Fernando Mendoza?
Mendoza.
Yeah, I'd probably take Mendoza. I don't think CJ Stroud's worth the 101.
101.
I mean, if
I
he
was
goes
thinking
1
he would be
overall and 101, 102. That's fair.
102, 101. Yeah.
He's going to be one of the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not if he goes so
I think he's
later.
definitely going to be 102 for consensus, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see, the occasional Mendoza at 101.
Okay. I just wanted to bring him up. It's just another fantasy year where we see low-end QB2 numbers. Mike?
Yeah, so I had Parker Washington, kind of brought him up earlier. So I heard a stat on reception perception that he had the most wide receiver yards as the Jags wide receiver. And we were talking about, Travis Hunter, obviously, and Brian Thomas, and now Jacoby Myers there. So is it getting too much, or do you think he's the real deal with what he's done these past couple of weeks? And not that he's like the number one, but
He's a good player.
Yeah, he was a good player
He's a
coming
good
out.
complimentary player. He's a guy that, he's nice to have on the bottom of your dynasty roster just to throw in as a flex if you need to get through a week.
But what does that say about Brian Thomas and Hunter?
Nothing moving forward. I'm not trusting Parker
Yeah.
Washington on my rosters. I'm not
I
giving
mean,
up
are
more
you?
than a third.
Nobody's going to pay a second for Parker Washington.
No.
No, I'm not.
I'd probably do
He's
a late one,
exactly-
depending on what it looks like once we get there.
He's
Rookie
exactly
season.
what I always thought he would be. I still don't understand why he didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
Maybe he just
I agree
didn't
with
interview
that.
well. I don't know.
He was a solid college receiver. I mean,
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
really, I used to tell stories, but I won't. I'll stop.
Well, tell
Yeah,
us
I
your
mean,
next player
it's-
instead.
I was just gonna say on Parker Washington, it's one of those things like recency bias, right? Like the last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. Before that, he's just been another guy. He's wide receiver 34, 35, something like that. It's there's really there's nothing to go off of that says this is going to carry forward. Could it? Sure, but still just another long shot. There's plenty of other players in that same boat.
Yeah, I think bringing his name up really is the real question. Is the surprise with Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas, as Mike was saying, like what does that mean for them going forward? Is it exciting because T Law's getting Parker Washington to produce, or is it more of a worry that we're not going to see one of those guys getting enough snaps because there's going to be 4 receivers that we somewhat believe in going forward?
Well, we saw Hunter, and that's another thing with injuries, and I mean, we saw Hunter right before he went down looked phenomenal, right? So who knows what that could have been, if he would have stayed healthy coming in late to the season. He went down in the game that he went down. He had 14 targets, 8 receptions, 101 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
But with Jacoby Myers in the mix now, and those two never played together, and they obviously re-signed because they like what they have in Myers. Doesn't that?
Is that right? I thought Myers was.
No, he re-signed 3 year.
He re-signed 3 years.
Yeah.
No, but I thought he was there for that last Travis Hunter game. Am I wrong?
Okay.
No. Okay.
But I think that's
why they traded for him.
That says more about the insecurity of Parker Washington going forward than Travis Hunter. They're going to give Travis Hunter the room to shine there. They're not going to just say, forget the guy we traded up for and gave up stupidly absurd price to get. Parker Washington at the end of the day is a guy that they took where he took him, and he's had 2 really good weeks.
Well, then what about Brian Thomas? I think is the question then.
Who knows?
Yeah, okay.
I
just want to see if we're in the same boat because that's what I've been saying.
That's the one that gets a little scary.
Is he one where like get out of him now because you don't know it could get even worse?
Can you get out of him now?
Yeah. What are you going to go? What are you going to switch to?
I feel like you're stuck with him at this point.
I mean, could you not get a late first for him?
Would you sell him for that? I wouldn't sell him for that.
No.
I mean,
Mike, I think you're panicking too much. He's still a supremely talented player with a really good offense with a really good quarterback we just talked about.
Who did nothing all year.
He didn't do nothing all year. He was hurt for quite a bit of the year, and he didn't do nothing. I think you have to go back.
He didn't do much.
I mean,
to be honest,
is there? I mean, he might have one wide receiver one weekend there, but
he's wide receiver 44 on the
was.
season.
All right, Mike, I got plenty of late firsts that I'll give you for Brian Thomas. I'll make that bet. I'll bet on that talent.
You know me, I don't have rookies, so or like second year players most of the time, anyway.
That's true.
It's just I don't know. It could get worse, is right.
It could definitely, but I'm not.
Especially with Hunter back
at that low price.
I mean, but the player you're taking with a late first could get worse immediately too. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, but it could be like where Ibuka was. I don't know.
Back in rookies.
Or it could be Matthew Golden.
Thomas could get back to form too. Like
he was wide receiver 7 in his rookie year, or something crazy. Like
that. I mean, it's not like the hype was based off of nothing. Like
well, I know that. I know that. I mean, I saw it and enjoyed it. I'm just saying, it's new coach, new scheme, and all year it just hasn't looked right.
Give him an off season in the scheme.
So I'm going to jump Jesse, but since we're talking about Brian Thomas, one of my biggest surprises was second-year receivers, specifically Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, and Ladd McConkey. All 4, really every second-year receiver didn't produce, if we're going to be honest, but those 4 specifically, we all had a lot of hope and faith in. Ironically, they're all back-to-back-to-back in keep trade cut value. Which one are y'all most scared of going forward?
Probably Brian Thomas for me.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all different situations.
Marvin Harrison scares me too.
Yeah, that one scares the crap out of me. Because he hasn't flashed the way Brian Thomas has.
He's not staying on the field.
Yeah, I would have to go with Marvin Harrison. He scares me the most out of them.
Which one do you feel best about? I guess Ladd or Rome. Which one do you feel best about?
Probably Ladd.
Yeah,
I feel good.
I feel the best about Marvin. I
think both of them equal. Rome and Ladd equal to me.
I feel the best about Marvin Harrison. I think I'm going to be probably against the grain there. I think a lot of people would disagree, but I think a lot of the issues in Arizona was Kyler's just bad.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm still waiting to see him put it all together. He's had a couple good games.
Yeah, he's had some good games. I just think he's probably going to look better with another quarterback. That Kyler's he's so bad. He's so bad. I'm wanting to see a fresh start with whoever they bring in. It's obviously not going to be Brissett.
Brissett was really bad too.
Brissett was pretty good.
For fantasy, he was terrible for fantasy.
Yeah. He was Bortles level bad.
Yeah,
but I mean, he was giving his players like opportunity to produce. Like,
sure.
As far as like
fantasy,
NFL,
good.
He was good for fantasy, but the kind of player that'll get an NFL coach fired.
What I mean when I say Kyler was bad, I mean Kyler was really bad for fantasy. Like, he just wasn't giving his players any opportunity to produce in that offense.
Yeah, and that's one of my surprises is Kyler. What happened? I don't understand how he became this bad.
Yeah, I mean, there were signs of it last season because
there were. Yeah,
he was abysmal last season.
But I mean, he was still quarterback 10 last year.
Yeah,
in fantasy.
I mean,
we didn't have... when I say bad, I just mean like bad as in just not giving his players chances. Like, it's I think the rushing upside with Kyler is always going to be there, and that's always going to float him a little bit. But
I mean, he had 3,900 yards and 21 touchdowns passing last year.
But what he did to Trey McBride is criminal.
Yeah, I agree totally. I'm not trying to even boast for Kyler. I don't know how much better the Arizona quarterback play is going to be next year. We've already talked about how bad the free agency class is. They're not going to draft a guy high that's going to do something unless they get lucky with a later pick. So how much happier can we be with that offense going forward?
I mean, we saw all the guys get fed. Michael Wilson gets fed with a bad quarterback, so I don't care.
Well,
bring in anyone that's not Kyler or JJ McCarthy, and I'm good.
Anybody that wants to throw the ball, because Kyler doesn't want to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's what. Right.
Jameis, get him there.
Yeah, well, he's still with the Giants, so
yeah, and he doesn't want to starter.
So with Arizona, they came out that they're expecting Gannon to stay there another year.
Yeah,
but they're expecting to replace the special teams coordinator and the offensive coordinator. So I guess the hope is that they can bring somebody in that can make the offense work. I guess because it hasn't worked for quite a while.
I'm pretty sure he's good friends with Kevin Patullo, so.
Well, that's not exciting.
That's not good for fantasy, Jesse.
That's not good for Marvin Harrison or Mike
I'm
Wilson
just looking for a way to get rid of him. I'll trade him.
He just wants to talk about Patullo.
I hate him so much. I'm so worried it doesn't get fired.
So back to Kyler. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on to the Cardinals because we all agree he's not going to be there next year, especially with Gannon staying. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the hope with Kyler is that a change of scenery, a fresh, coaching approach or whatever, and helps him, and he produces again. I don't know why he didn't produce this year, and why he turtled up into a shell. So all you can really do is cross your fingers and say, well, he once had top 5 talent.
Well, did y'all all say you would prefer Shuck over him? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to see where he goes first.
Well, that could be.
I'm not convinced he's going to be handed a starting job. I'm not convinced of it.
Well, if a team's trading for him, he's going to be because the contract's going to be in there. No, I don't think his out.
Most quarterbacks get a second chance. Even Wentz got 3 chances.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying he's not going to get the opportunity. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to be handed a second job or a starting job. I think if a team brings him in, they're going to have other options there. Similar to what Daniel Jones went through with Anthony Richardson. Like I don't think that he's going to, a team's going to bring him in and they're just going to anoint him as a starter. Maybe it happens.
He could go to Cleveland.
What he's put on the field, I don't know. But even in Cleveland, like I don't think they would take him and just say, "Hey, he's the starting quarterback here."
No, that's what I'm saying. You go to Cleveland and battle it out with Gabriel and Shedeur.
Yeah, but they're going to trade for another quarterback. Like, let's be real here.
Could you imagine that room? Oh God.
I mean, I don't know.
Head coach will quit. You don't need to get
Wow.
fired.
He might get fired.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where he goes. You know what would be very, very interesting? If they could get a deal done with Daniel Jones, team friendly, and the Indianapolis Colts bring him in.
Make a mess for Dynasty, but it would.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Raiders and the Jets could be in the market for a bridge quarterback.
And
as
who
well.
are they going to trade? How the Colts going to trade for him?
Yeah, they don't have.
I don't see
Yeah,
him
have
as
enough
that kind
picks.
of quarterback though. Is Kyler the guy you're bringing in as a bridge?
No team's going to.
The contract that he has isn't going to be a
Yeah.
bridge contract.
What do you mean no team's
contract.
gonna? The Raiders just brought in Geno, so with
Well, sure, Geno was pretty good in Seattle. So
Geno was a bridge.
yeah,
Geno
that's a
was
perfect
what?
example.
to what though? He wasn't he's not a bridge. He
Well,
was
the
their
hope was
whole
is a
plan.
year or two of decent production for them to be able to find a young quarterback. Kyler's only 28. I mean, and he's got a big contract attached to him, and he's got a cap hit next year of $53 million.
So, but the team that trades for him isn't on the line for all of that, right?
The number's pretty high. I was looking.
Depends how the trade goes too.
So
who
it's
wants to pay what.
$35 million next year. Yeah, without them working on specific numbers, the
Mhm.
team would take on $35 million next year. That
I
trades
don't know
for
that
him.
any team's going to do that. So he might just get cut.
Yeah, I mean they save
happen.
35 mil cutting him next year.
Yeah, could certainly happen.
Oh.
All right, I'm ready to give my next guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
for it.
Justin Jefferson.
Mm. God, that's so sad.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that
Guy that
is,
we thought was quarterback proof, right?
We
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Wide receiver 26 on the season.
Is he even top
Yep.
5? Sorry, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like, man,
No, that's
with
what
that kind
that's
of
when we gotta-
production, it's
That's the
production
question.
and age. It's gonna make him catapult to the bottom.
I mean, he's still 26.
26. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's young. He's at his prime. So the age doesn't bother me. For wide
which
receivers.
doesn't bother me either.
Rather have neighbors or
Um,
JJ?
Neighbors.
Neighbors,
Lamb or JJ?
Lamb.
JJ.
I just know the person throwing him the football can
JJ.
do it.
All right, last one, Amon Ra.
Amon Ra.
So that's 6. That's wide receiver 6.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I had JJ above Lamb, so 5.
Yeah, I have
that,
JJ.
that- no, that was.
Well, what do you got?
including-
Puka? Are you gonna say Puka?
That was including JJ.
Oh, okay.
JJ
Oh,
above
including.
Lamb.
So like Chase, Puka, JSN.
Yep. Neighbors, St. Brown, JJ. That's 6.
All right.
JJ
All right.
is 6.
Sounds right.
London is an interesting one to me.
He's top 10-ish.
I mean, he would, to me, he's right after the Lamb, JJ.
Yeah, all right.
I haven't
haven't
really
really looked at it.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah,
the
that's
one that
that's
had-
why I brought
had
the name
Lamb.
up. I think he's right in that tier with Lamb and JJ.
Yeah.
Chad, anything else with JJ? Is it just
No, it's
sadness?
just
Is it just
all
sadness?
sad-
Or
all sad face.
It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, everybody knows he did absolutely nothing.
It was
for-
doo doo all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lift the room up with some booty.
well, don't
Just
stand up.
Just surprised out of me, man. Drake May made Keyshawn Booty into a thing, man. He looked really good.
Oh, I'm glad we're talking about a player because I didn't know what we were talking about for a second.
Oh, I thought you knew I was talking about Keyshawn Booty. No, man, really surprised me. Austin, you brought it up maybe like,
I tried week 2 or 3 of the season.
yeah. And I was like, nah.
Yep.
Nah. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
really good in college.
Yeah,
Right.
So we
exactly.
know he had it
those,
in him.
those kind of players, if they click, they have the talent.
It's true.
He's exciting. Are you paying a second for him, or
Yeah.
are you wanting to see what New England does first?
No, I'll pay a second for him. I think he's part of their plan. I think I don't think they care what else they bring in. He's going to play that role, and then they'll bring him somebody to replace Diggs. after what.
I'd take any second for Keyshawn Boutte, to be honest with you.
Would you? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not paying.
any second.
I'm not paying a high second, but yeah, especially in 26 before.
Yeah, I think I would give my
Late
first, second, or third place team their second for old Booty.
Yeah, I'll rock with
Well,
that.
Where did he finish on the season? I honestly
I'd take
don't
a
even
future
know.
second from you guys. And I've got him in a few places. If you
I'm not doing that,
Okay.
no. We
We-
said
we can work that
26
out.
second.
Do you have him in the listener league?
He
Chad?
finished at 50 on the season. Right behind Burden, ironically.
Oh gosh.
Coincidentally.
Yep. All right. Who's next? I think it's Mike or Chad. No, it's Mike.
Mike.
I just had Jawan Johnson was my last one. So
Mhm.
obviously no wide receiver 2 of consequence there. He was really good. I mean,
It's the
Chad-
second year of this, but it's been taken to another level.
he's I'm pretty sure championship week was like his most receiving yards that he's had. It was like 90 something. So I don't know. And I think we're high on Shucks, so I don't see why we can't be high on him.
Austin, you're forced to watch Saints games. Have you heard on the broadcast a million times that
He's
he was
young.
college roommate.
Yeah.
college roommates with Tyler Shuck?
Yeah, I mean, plus he's there. He's under contract.
Yeah, they re-signed him this offseason.
And as we've
right?
said, they don't have any money. So they shouldn't go and spend for another tight end. He should
he's a good
absolutely
player.
be a safe tight end 2, borderline 1 going forward.
Absolutely would love to have him as my tight end 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'll plug him in as a flex. He's worth a mid-second all day and a half-point premium.
I think that's going to be interesting with this class. I think there's a lot of interesting tight ends in this class that aren't the pedigree there, but if the draft capital is, we see it every year. Teams value tight ends high. So, a guy like Brenton Strange, for instance, going in the second NFL draft, that's kind of where you're going to be looking to draft him in rookie drafts. So I think that could be interesting. I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
I'll stay at the tight end position. I'm just going to name off a couple. I'm going to start with tight end 2, Kyle Pitts. Absurd that we finally saw it, especially with the situation he had. And then also I'm going to name 2 negatives, which is going to bring 1 positive. David Njoku and Evan Ingram not working out after we fully expected both of them to be, almost staples in your lineup weekly.
Yeah.
But the positive that brought out was Harold Fanning. Phenomenal season. Just gets targeted and does stuff with it every week. So that's an exciting aspect of the negative of Njoku.
Gosh, I hope Njoku leaves. I know he didn't get traded and he didn't want to get traded, but he just got to go somewhere else. He can't do anything with Fannin there.
No. Yeah, I would assume he's gone. Obviously, you never know, but he's a free agent this year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're still paying him next year, but he's a free agent.
Okay.
But yeah, Pitts, is it real? Are we buying, holding, selling?
Sell. Do
I'd
you have
prob-
another sell window on Kyle Pitts?
I'd probably so. Yeah.
Yeah, thank the Lord.
We
that
don't
you
know
have
who
the-
his quarterback is again, what it's going to be. And I don't know.
What can you get for Pitts?
So they have him right below a late 26 first. I'm gonna keep trade cut.
I was
sorry.
hoping I could.
Hold on. That wasn't tight end premium. So yeah, they have him right above a late 26 first.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I was hoping I could get a late first and a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like a third.
I've-
If you were to send me really, I'll take a first. But I'll probably try to squeeze you for another pick.
Yeah.
Chad.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty team dependent for me. I don't really have him, so I haven't really given it too much thought.
I still have shares because I bought him expensively in a couple places like Einstein's, and it paid off for me finally a little bit late in the season. But I just would never trade him because I couldn't get what I paid for him, and now I'm ready to just get out.
I'll tell you what, I tried trading for him for a championship weekend. Couldn't get him for what they were asking. They
Yeah.
wanted
What
they
were they
wanted
asking?
they wanted a first and 2 seconds for him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was coming off of a record-setting week. It was kind of a weird time to trade for him.
Yeah.
People wanted too much.
I figured people were going to be dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that gets him up to being able to trade him for a first. You don't get greedy and ask for 2 seconds on top of that. But anyway.
Yeah, it's so weird, right? Like when when buy windows open for players that you've been trying to sell forever, and then you ask ridiculous prices that nobody's going to pay when the buy window opens, and then the buy window shuts, and you're like, "Oh, I'm stuck with this guy."
Yeah, I didn't get
Like,
anything.
I saw that happen to numerous people this year. I approached them with reasonable offers, and then their counter was something outrageous for like Mike Evans. They wanted first and a second or whatever. You know what?
Yeah.
Let him die. Let him die on your roster, buddy.
Yeah.
You won't take the high second that I offered for Mike Evans. Then you deserve to just go down with the ship.
Yeah, guys,
You know,
when a buy window opens, just
gotta
remind
do
yourself this is the buy window. That's what it is. Like it is the time to sell. God.
yeah, people double
But yeah,
count in those situations.
Yeah. My last player is Jackson Dart. You know, we talked about him a little bit on the trade. Just throwing out a little bit more kind of stuff with him this season. One of the most impressive aspects of what he's done this season is he's played a good number of playoff teams, and against those playoff teams, he's got a 63% completion percentage, averaging 221 yards per game, 14 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
That's impressive.
And on his full rookie season, he's on pace for 34 total touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 3,860 yards, and a 63% completion percentage. So it really is a phenomenal year. I think it's been shaded a little bit by the change in coaching staff and just that perception with the media talking about him getting hit all the time. He did have that one concussion, but yeah, I mean he's a really, really good player. I didn't think he was going to be this good. I passed up on him so many places. I think I messaged you guys in the beginning of the year, right before the season started, and I was like, "Hey, does anybody have a Jackson Dart share?
Yeah,
they'd be
you did.
willing to give up because I don't have any. Because I really didn't believe in him as a player, and watching him this season has completely changed that. I think he's going to be a really, really good player. So yeah.
Yeah, so I went through the same thing with Hurts. I didn't believe in him, so I got no shares and missed the boat. So hopefully you got a couple.
Yeah. I think I have 2 or 3 now, which is nice, and I think I got them before the breakout really happened. One of them was from Mike, so that was fun.
Yes, they were. Yeah, jerk. Keon Coleman and 27 first. Don't have the first at least.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Las Vegas Raiders. It shouldn't have been surprising.
Everyone.
It shouldn't have been surprising because it's freaking Chip Kelly, and he's just shown that he's a college coach.
Well, it's not surprising because it's the Raiders. That's why it's not surprising.
But the reason I bring it, they are
the Jets of the AFC West.
Well, so many great players that they didn't know how to use. I bring this up though because I want to bring up Jack Besh and how he was misused, and how I think I would rather spend my late second this year by trading for Jack Besh and hoping that they get a quarterback and a coach that know how to use him than whoever I'm going to get in this class at 210.
I do think that's a good call.
Yeah.
I know you've been super high on Besh, but I even agree that's a good call.
I love the talent. I think, the boat has sailed on Jaden Higgins. You're not getting him for that late second.
No.
No way.
I probably wouldn't. I'm not real excited about Trey Harris. So
you're not getting Luther Burden for that late second.
You're not getting Burden for that second. So I think Besh is kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah, that's a good decision. I like that. Genty still has produced, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's running back 13 on the season.
Yeah. I mean, he's shown that he is going to be an excellent player.
Yeah.
He just has to get into a good situation. Anybody got anything else?
I'm going to piggyback off of Chad's last one and just say Wandale. Finishing as a wide receiver 1 was absolutely not on the cards.
Yeah.
I remember being such a fan and I think I've traded most of my shares before this year, so that's really cool.
Didn't I tell you guys too? I was like, "Hey guys, for a late second, Wandale's a good buy," and you guys were like,
No, I did mid-season. And
Yeah, I picked up a share.
That.
Actually, I got him as a throw-in.
Yep. I got him for a
But
late
yeah, it's
second.
just crazy.
Good-
Wide receiver 11 on
good
the season, 1,000 yards. Just really impressive.
"Yeah, really good player." He's going to be the slot there, so it's not like he's so cheap for what he is because he's always produced.
If they re-sign him, he's free.
Offense.
Yeah.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
That market might be huge for him.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. We just don't resign that many of our players because they all suck. So
It's fair.
don't have many options. It's not like they're rushing to sign Evan Neal, so might as well spend that money on Wandale Robinson.
Might need to re-sign Theo.
Yeah.
What? Theo who?
Y'all starting tight end.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Oh. All right, that's all I got.
Goodness.
I'm going to leave the other ones off. They're not that exciting.
All right, so we're done.
Oh,
We're done.
I'll add one. Theo Johnson.
That was
It's a
surprising
good
or not
surprise, right?
surprising?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be good. Yeah, he sucks at football. So
Gotcha.
short and sweet.
All right, guys.
Let's do the listener
Surprising
league.
player. Oh, yeah, do listener league. Okay. See, I was going to forget.
I knew you were. That's why I said it. No, so year 2 recap of the listener league. We had Dallas Division 2 getting the win over Darren, 170 to 149. You had Goff's 4 points and Jacob's 1.8 for Darren is kind of what sunk the ship there. And Jesse traded Tyler Shook to Dallas, and he had 25 points in the final there. So also had 28 from CNC and 22 from Wandale. So was good to get Dallas over the hump. So because of that, Austin's pick moves to the 112, and Jesse secured the 101 by the win. So
That's right.
and
That's right.
also humble brag
Relegation
too.
for Austin.
I got the 213 because I won the losers bracket. So yeah, the
Gross.
the loser division
Yeah.
got
I
something.
voted against that 213 garbage.
I did as well.
Oh come on, it's fun.
That's slop. That's like paying out for weekly wins.
No, I love that. That's way more. It's not weekly wins. It's weekly high score.
Yeah, fine. I don't like that.
If you
either.
got half the league completely checked out because they're not playing for anything, they don't check their phones when you're the contender trying to get their pieces for those last couple weeks. So
Yeah.
you've got to make it worth something or no one's going to pay attention.
I obsess.
I'm
Yeah,
just
let's-
saying, if you want to be a good commissioner. If you don't, that's fine. I mean, that's all I'll say. You got to make it worth something.
So what did you guys think about that Tyler Shuck trade? I got Quentin Johnston for him.
I'd rather Shuck easily.
Shook, yeah, pretty
Shuck easily. I think you got
got-
scammed, buddy.
But what you did is it got you the 101.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because you gave up everything this season and got 5 first and got rewarded with the 101. It's freaking crazy how the fantasy gods just hate me. I traded for 1 first. You traded for 5, and I'm the one that gets punished. It's
Yeah,
crazy how that
101.
works.
1, 5, 6, 9, 10.
That's it.
And I have 201.
Yeah,
And
it's-
5 and
It's
7.
ridiculous. Like how the fantasy gods just hate me that much when you were immoral and traded for all those first and got rewarded with the 101. It's ridiculous.
Can I tell you, Austin, I'm just, you should stick with me, man. I'm kind of charmed. People who, are around me.
I'm
in
just
my
not
life,
that evil, so it must work out for you.
I'm just charmed. It's
Yeah.
fine. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm immune to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to get struck by lightning if I say anything else.
no, but good job, Dallas. Congratulations.
Yeah,
And,
congrats, Dallas.
yeah, looking forward to next year.
I think you look like legitimately angry right now, Austin.
Oh, I was
But
pissed
we're not
off
a
last
shamer.
week when that happened. But at this point, it was more just I couldn't believe it that you did all that, giving away your roster and still got it.
It's okay. You guys will both be back here next year. So
It was a terrible roster,
See what
so I
happens
needed
again.
to do something.
Yeah, mine's not
still a
much
terrible
better.
roster.
It is. You're right. Especially so now. All right. Congrats, Dallas. You guys ready for?
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
What do
If
we think?
anybody has not, hold on. Anybody has not watched Stranger Things in the episode now, the finale,
The finale.
or really any of it for that matter, go ahead and end the episode. The next segment will have spoilers, so unless you want to hear spoilers, turn it off now. We'll have a
We're just gonna
5-second pause, and then we will start. All right, that's enough seconds. All right, let's
That's
go.
enough seconds.
Somebody crashed their car trying to pause this thing.
All right. Well, they definitely had it now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say what I texted Austin last night. A lot of shows, when it comes to the end, I feel like you're never left satisfied, and especially when you've got a show that's been so good for so long, and you get high expectations. Like for what it was, I thought it was one of the best show endings ever. Like there was a lot on the end, but I felt like it really wrapped everything up of a decade of characters and where things were going. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolute opposite of The Sopranos last episode. The polar opposite.
Well, it's a
So, and I
completely
hated
different
the
show,
last
so that's good.
Yeah, I hated the last episode of Sopranos. So I didn't need 45 minutes of downward action. You know what I mean? The denouement. I didn't need 45 minutes of that. That's really, and there's a lot of in the feelings and just so much with their relationships with each other. And I just personally didn't need that much of it. And I thought the Mind Flayer could have been tougher, could have been a tougher fight. Like it didn't use its mind at all. Why didn't it use its mind? It just smashed. Spider smash, and that's it. So
That's fair.
I mean, but
Yeah,
I did like it.
I thought the writing, I thought it was very similar to Game of Thrones in that the writing kind of took a backseat to just the same premise, isn't like the writing kind of took a backseat to, trying to make things just end to where everybody felt, okay, that was a good wrap up to the story.
Right.
But like they didn't carry through some of the plot, some of the stuff that had happened in the show, where I thought like there was going to be some big thing that happens, or they literally just grenaded him and killed him. I'm like, we could have done this 2 seasons ago. So I don't know. I mean, just a lot of explosions and Rambo. What's her name?
Nancy.
Nancy. Rambo Nancy.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit. I don't know. It's just a bit much. I thought they could have done a little bit better with the writing and just come up with something more clever.
Yeah, and to literally have them at like a reunion afterwards was.
See, I loved
really
the epilogue. I really enjoyed the.
I did too. I didn't expect the twist of Elle could be alive. Which I
choose
thought
not
was
to
like,
believe.
I would have liked the epilogue better if they had done the ending of the actual show better. That's where I'm coming from.
Right.
Like, if you're expecting a twist, that means they didn't end the show right. Like it's.
Yes, if I need a break from all that holy crapness, and I need that much downward action, great. But no, they didn't create enough tension for that.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like when Vecna gets decapitated, I was like, wait, there's an hour left. Like, is there still something?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's good to be able to like think about, is there something, and not to have to be expecting it. You know what I mean?
I was expecting it because I just didn't think the ending was that good. They literally just like a bunch of kids just brute forced like the monster and killed him. It's pretty much what happened.
Well,
I thought it was going to be
that's
more
because
of a.
Vecna died too, right? Like,
Well, that's what killed the Mind Flayer was
that
L,
was
L and
was
L and
L.
Will
It wasn't what they were doing. They were just
combining
distracting
to kill
it.
Vecna.
But I'm just saying, like, the big boss was supposed to be the Mind Flayer, right? And like,
Right.
literally, they just a bunch of kids just kind of threw grenades at him and flamethrowered him, and that was really it.
Well, that's
like,
that's not what killed him at all, though. What killed
Yeah.
him was
I'm not talking about what killed him. I'm just talking about like how they that was how they survived it. You know, like
I mean, what
L
else
was
they supposed to
obviously
do?
L was obviously gonna beat Vecna, right? But like usually,
But
they
L
come up with
didn't.
some-
That's the thing. Will did.
I mean,
Will
well,
is
yeah,
the
that-
piece that allowed L to beat Vecna.
I thought it was going to be 11, 8, and Will together beating him.
I'm glad 8 didn't make it that far, but
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't care for her. That
I mean, we don't know if she
was-
didn't make it that far, but
technically that is true. I don't know.
because
I
they-
didn't.
he-
I
The
didn't
thing is,
mind.
Murray-
it was everyone. So
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't-
liked
it
the
wasn't
ending. I mean,
just
it was a
L.
little. The death was a little bit quicker than I would have wanted. I would have preferred to see more fighting and up to it and it taking longer. But
and using its mind.
well, that was the name. It didn't have that. We've never seen that power outside of the use of Vecna.
Do you want to see him fight Smoke, Jesse? Is that what we want?
No, but
well,
they
we
could
did see
they
that
could have
he
done
was,
cooler things.
He was controlling Vecna. Well, I mean, he was controlling Vecna. Vecna says he wasn't, but he was controlling Vecna. He was the one that was like controlling everything. The Mind Flayer was. Vecna was just saying, "I cooperated." Essentially, like it was my choice to cooperate. But the Mind Flayer was the one that was like controlling everything.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Which is what I was saying.
I mean,
like,
And in D&D terms, a mind flayer really is he'll scramble your brains. And I was hoping for something like that.
yeah. The
No,
Mind
I-
Flayer was supposed to be like the big dude, like behind the scenes. I just didn't think it was that.
But I
the
think that,
writing was that
I mean, that
clever
was the
on it.
point. Well, that was the point of the writing, I think, though, is it's like they're one. It's not one above the other. It's like, hey, you can't do this without me, and I can't do this without you, as opposed to the Mind Flayer is the one in charge, which I don't.
But he had
believe.
zero powers except for smash. And
Well, he did have powers. He was the one that like gave Vecna all those abilities and stuff.
well, I mean, in the
Yeah.
fight, that he didn't have any powers, and
still.
that was disappointing to me.
I'm just saying when it came down to it, the Mind Flayer just seemed like a secondary kind of thing that was just there.
Well,
And-
I think I agree with you. I think that's kind of a good thing because they didn't introduce him until an hour left into the show, basically, into the finale. I think if you're not going to have him in the plot before the last episode, you can't have him have a big storyline. I mean, yeah, we saw snippets like with Will here and there in season 3 where it looked like the Mind Flayer, but we never really got to learn about him until the finale. So to have him do all this crazy stuff would have been dangerous for the story
Well,
to me.
Maybe that was a mistake as well.
And I agree with that. I think that was a flaw in
Yeah.
season 5 as a whole. I think I think what we saw in the cave should have been in episode 3.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then
you're
you
right.
can develop the plot of the Mind Flayer
Yeah.
much more, which would
Yeah.
have changed the actual battle considerably as well.
Yeah, my whole gripe is not just with the finale. It's the finale being what it is because they could have written just the whole season better, essentially. Like I just thought it wasn't. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I'm not saying
I
it was
enjoyed it
bad.
too.
I'm
I
just
did
saying,
like it.
Like, I don't think the show. I think the show deserved a little bit better, in my opinion, because I think the previous seasons were written so well.
Yeah, I
that
agree.
The season
Yeah.
5 didn't really. It's probably towards the bottom of where I would rank the seasons.
Oh, it's
One-
last for me. Even as much as I love the finale, it's for writing and storyline, it's last of the seasons.
One thing that I really am really glad that they didn't do, it looked for a minute like Henry was gonna
Yes. Oh God.
Join
Redemption
them
arc.
and
Oh no.
fight.
Oh my
and
gosh!
fight. I would have been so upset
Yes.
if they were able to turn him just by like,
Yeah.
talking
Will just
to
saying,
him
"Oh
and-
man, you're good."
yeah.
Yeah. I was
No.
really
You know what I
glad.
did
I
like,
enjoyed
though?
that part.
You know what I did like? With the twist that they did, there's other parts of it that you really don't think about until because I watched that part of it again. Going back to 8's kind of death scene and everything, and then L's, quote unquote death scene. But when you watch Murray destroys the speaker system thing right before she gets shot. So technically she could have, created an illusion to where she was shot. So we can say she wasn't really shot. And then at the end, when Elle's doing her thing, and Elle goes into the mind of, Elle brings Mike into her mind, right? We don't see Elle's nosebleed. So it could be an illusion. So
also, how is she doing
theoretically-
that powers with the speakers hitting?
Exactly.
Well, she was
So
on the other
8
side of the gate, though, right?
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
physically there.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
So like eight could have been, hiding somewhere, created that illusion, didn't really get shot, and then created the illusion that 11 was doing this thing, hence no nosebleed, because every other time she's used that power, she always has a nosebleed. And then 11 goes off and does her own little thing like Mike says she did. So it does make you think a little bit to where that actually could be true. It's not just something that they are just saying at the end.
Yeah,
I choose not to believe, but that I appreciate that. That I like that there's a little.
Yeah, I thought that was really good writing that they left that open-ended for the audience, because some people really wanted her to survive and some people were fine if she died. Yeah. Because they didn't. I think one thing that I'm assuming they didn't want to do, because I think if you have a longer fight with the Mind Flayer and Vecna, people have to die.
Yeah.
You couldn't have gone really any further without the secondary the non-powered cast and not dying. There's just no way.
That was my next question, actually. Are you guys disappointed that none of those guys died?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
I am.
I expected 2 or 3.
Me too. I expected it.
I expected some kind of sacrifice, because again, and this is like what's happened with a lot of Marvel movies. I feel like since, spoiler warning if you haven't watched Infinity War and Endgame.
Please.
It's been long enough. You got
since Tony Stark sacrificing himself, right? I feel like you don't see a lot of movies where there's actual like consequences. It's like, oh, you think, but no. Oh, you think, but no one of consequence.
I think
really
a
dies.
big problem with that is because of spinoffs. Because of the ability for there to be a spinoff. If you leave everything open ended and everybody quote unquote alive, you can make a spinoff in 5 years and use that character. Whereas Tony Stark and Iron Man can never be used again unless it's from a multiverse, which that's Marvel's thing in general. But that Stranger Things doesn't have that. So killing off the characters closes all windows for any kind of spinoff, which it's Netflix. Let's be real. They're going to do something.
Yeah. But you just would have liked to see a little bit more plot there with, as far as like, there being some kind of price to pay for everything that happened. Because eventually and I think the biggest hole in the entire thing, right, is that you introduced this season to where it was absolutely shocking, at least to me, that they're just going around killing all these soldiers, right? They killed like 50, 60, 100 soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, 11 dies, and then the military just says, oh, well, I guess this is done now. We're just going to leave. And it's just done. Like, none of that made any sense to me.
Why they weren't all under arrest.
Yeah, they should have just cut the military out of this entire season if they were going to end it like that.
They should have done that in general. The military is terrible.
They needed...
The kids were terrible, too, for that matter.
They needed more... I like the kids.
Ugh.
I don't even like kids.
Oh, the other kids?
I liked the way they did it.
It was Derek, and that's it.
Holly and Derek were awesome.
Harry and Dog.
They were awesome.
Is Derek everybody else's favorite character now? Because I love that kid.
This season, he was probably one of my favorites, top 3 for sure.
He's the catcher on the baseball team now too. That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought Holly did phenomenal. I wasn't even speaking about her when I'm talking about the kids, but I did not like the plot of it took 12 kids to make the Mind Flayer thing. Like, I would have much preferred something totally different.
I guess they never explained why. So
yeah. But the military just up and leaving after they killed like 100 of them.
That's true.
And they were just like, okay, well, 11's dead. We can't do that plan anymore. It's like, we're just all going to go home.
Do you remember 2 hours before Nancy murdered 3 military members? Right? Like, technically.
Right? Killed like 50 of them.
And Elle, well, I guess, as you know.
And my last complaint is just how the cartoon character that they made Murray, I
Yeah,
used
they
to like
ruined
him.
Murray this season.
They did ruin Murray because Murray was
You know, in the
great.
beginning
He
when
was a
Murray first came
phenomenal-
around and he was that paranoid
Yeah.
freak of a guy, he was great. And now
Mhm.
he's just.
But he
Yeah.
had real like substance to his conversations,
Yes.
whereas like you pointed out, every time he said something was some kind of quip or joke or
Yes.
And mad every
yeah,
time.
yeah. It was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was.
That was one of my biggest upsets about this season is they ruined Murray. And Robin
It's like
wasn't
they
nearly as
regressed
good
him.
either.
It was like they regressed him to when Nancy and then before they met, like before
Yeah.
Nancy and then met him.
Yeah.
Like I imagine that would be like the first meeting that he would have with all these characters would be like that. But they were like, let's make every meeting like the first meeting you would have with Murray, and that was just
Yeah.
his character.
I will say like one of the parts that I thought it's funny because despite all the touchy feely stuff, I'm a pretty emotional guy, believe it or not. When I watch stuff like this, the only part that actually really got me emotional was when Joyce was cutting off his head, and like every swing was a different
Yeah, that
person
was super cool.
that Vecna affected in some sort of way. I was like,
I thought
'cause
you
I
were
looked at
gonna
my
be like,
no, I was gonna say because I looked at my son and my son was kind of like tearing up because it's like like Lucas holding Max in his arms and and it just went back and forth of all these things Vecna had done to all of these different people, and it was like get some
Yeah. I loved that part. I thought that was done really well. And I
And-
think them choosing
Joyce.
was perfect.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought the best thing they did the entire season was the ending with Dustin getting his diploma, because
That was great.
it was exactly what Eddie said he would have done when Eddie was going to graduate. Remember when he was in the lunchroom?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to graduate this year. I'm going to get my diploma. I'm going to flick off principal, whatever, straight to his face. And then I'm going to grab it and run out of there. And that's exactly what Dustin did, was he flipped him off right to his face, grabbed the diploma and ran out of there. So I really like that part.
The whole time.
His mom cheering.
Yeah,
That was
that was
funny.
great.
Well, I like that they didn't announce it. Like they didn't say, "Oh, this is what Eddie said he was gonna do." Blah, blah,
Yeah.
Like they just let people who remember that be something that they came onto themselves, which I thought was really cool. But yeah.
Confetti cannons are an anachronism. They didn't exist in the 80s. Just so you know, I was there.
Cannons.
What didn't?
Confetti cannons.
She made it.
She
showed
made it.
her making them.
Making it
Yeah,
in the
but
garage.
That's why
Came
he's
out of
talking
the
about
cannon,
innovation.
blast that out. That didn't happen. In
It
the
wasn't with the cannon. It was with the megaphone.
Yeah.
80s. How did it explode out?
She
like
made
that?
it. It literally showed her making
Science.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like a genius.
Yeah, and that's why he's talking about innovation. Dustin was, and then they panned to her plugging up the last one.
Who?
Yeah.
Erica.
Who's Erica?
Lucas's
Oh.
Lucas's sister.
Lucas's sister.
I got
The
you.
really smart one that
Yeah.
that pretends like she's not really smart.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
reason he brought up the innovation, and they panned to her doing that last one.
She's she reminds me of Dee on What's Happening. What's Happening? If you ever, that was a really good show from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the same,
What?
same. Roger's little sister, Dee. All the Gen Xers know what I'm talking about.
You know
think they listen to
what was
podcasts?
funny? You know what was funny? And I hadn't really noticed it until other people noticed it, and now I can't not notice it. They had way too many characters to the point where the relationships stopped meaning something. In Elle's death, Max is like Max has like no sad scenes. Like she doesn't they were supposed to be like best friends. That was supposed to be one of the closest bonds.
Yeah.
And Max is just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Elle died. Mike's sad. It's just too many characters. Like,
Yeah. They
So
did
they
have too
couldn't
many
do it.
characters. Yeah.
So in the end, when Max is in the wheelchair at the radio station with a girl, the candy stripper
Vicky.
girl, whoever she is,
Vicky.
yeah.
Mhm.
So when she walks away to get something to eat, and all of a sudden Max is like, where'd you go? That would be that. I was like, oh, they should not have left her alone. And because that would have been the perfect spot for
That's what I
Vecna
thought.
to have shown
Yeah.
up. and they didn't make it that hard.
I was like, they didn't tell her about the song.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Well, she
yelling
didn't
at my
need the
wife.
song
My
now.
wife's
Yeah,
playing.
he doesn't need
It's
her
the-
anymore for that either. So he didn't need Max.
I
Yeah,
did
but
think
what if
it was
Vecna just wanted
Vecna at
revenge,
first.
though? Like, what if
Yeah.
Vecna? Because Vecna obviously
Right.
didn't eat her, but the mind flayer.
Right. Now he's just trying to disrupt them any way he can. Right. At that point, if he can get the Max, then they're going to abandon what they're doing to come save Max or whatever.
And actually,
it's just
Max-
another layer.
Max would have been like one of the best characters to get rid of at that point, because Max was the one that knew his world best.
Nah,
True.
because she just came back to Lucas, bro. I'd have been so upset.
Now you can't use that.
No, I know.
plot
I'm just
device.
saying, like,
Oh,
from
I'd have been
Vecna's
so
standpoint.
mad. No,
From a
Will was
business
the one
standpoint.
that needed. I was hoping Will would turn bad. To be honest, like that was the plot I wanted to see in the
Yeah.
finale.
Oh.
Was
I
that
never considered
Vecna
that.
took control of Will, and Will turned bad, and they had to handle that.
Oh, like that one dude with the Camaro or whatever.
Yeah, Billy.
Was that Billy? I thought Billy was
That was Billy. That was Max's brother.
Max's brother.
Yeah, Billy.
So
God, he was
who
one of
was
the best characters in the show.
who was the
He was.
guy? All right, who was the other guy that was Dustin's best friend or whatever? The
That's
Hellfire
Eddie.
guy.
Eddie.
Okay, Eddie. Right.
Yeah.
Billy and Eddie. Right.
The one thing that was weird, I thought was really weird anyway, was when they actually get to the abyss. No more demigorgons.
Yeah,
no
what's up with
nothing.
that?
Just
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing.
There.
That is a
At
valid
all.
real
And I was
complaint.
like, okay, there's a ton of them in the upside down, but there's nothing up
Well,
here. Like,
their thing is there
And they
wasn't
showed
an
them
upside
walking
down.
around like in previous seasons.
yeah, but
They
there,
showed
yeah,
them,
but yeah, in the last episode, there's nothing in the upside down. The only thing you're worried about is the military.
Well, there wasn't any really in the upside down a lot to begin with this season.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that-
where'd
yeah,
all
that's
the-
what I mean.
Where'd all the
It's-
bats
Remember
go?
the first time they went? Yeah. Remember the first time they went there? Jesus.
Yeah,
So-
it's
Yeah.
like,
Well, what's up with the bats? Why are the
Yeah.
bats? Did they?
That
all
is the
go with Eddie or
complaint I
something?
have. Like,
Yeah.
where did they all go?
where
And
did all the?
my
Because that was the
first
thing,
thought,
right? When
my first thought was that the military cleared them out,
That's what I told
but they
Hannah.
didn't make any
And she
reference
asked
to
me
that.
too.
But then they should be
Yeah,
in the
they didn't say
abyss.
that.
Like if he's
Yeah, they would
worried
be in
about
the
them,
abyss
like
for sure.
I don't want
Right.
you in the upside down. They come up to the abyss and I don't know, protect me and the 12 kids that I got.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would have done if I was him,
But-
right? Like
Also, like, am I the only person that I know I mentioned this before, but am I the only person that like kind of looking at this cast sideways for not cast, but looking at these characters sideways for just recklessly killing everybody?
You mean
I
the
thought it was pretty
military?
badass.
Why are these kids just murdering everybody?
Because the
I
hell
didn't
they've
think it
gone
was
through the
harsh
last
when
10
They're
years.
when
on orders,
people were getting
doing
shot.
their job. Like they got families, man. They're just going out of their way to kill people. Like the dude,
just poor guys in their
when-
towers just getting shot.
when 11
Did
jumps
they have
over
to shoot
the
anyone?
wall-
Could they not have just driven through? Like, did
Yeah.
they have to stop and kill people?
Well, they were
when,
getting
like,
shot at
oh,
first.
No,
Yeah.
no. When 11 jumps over the wall.
Oh, I know where
and
he
the
was
dude
going.
in the tower.
She
sees
said
her,
sorry. She said
and
sorry.
and she's like, sorry, and breaks his neck.
Yeah.
I was like, he didn't even do anything. You couldn't have put him to sleep?
I know, yeah. Where's the mind put him to sleep move instead of killing everyone?
I'm like, imagine you were one of those characters like in reality, right? And you're like a kid and you're traveling with them. And you just like, also Joyce axing that dude's head off, right? Vecna. All those kids are there, like the little tiny kids.
Oh yeah, that is true.
I mean, but it's killing a monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
D&D.
Actually,
Well, I'm
that
gonna
was
be
my
honest,
favorite part.
It sounds like we hate it.
No, it does.
But
know.
I want to say your favorite part's gonna be the same as mine. Is the ending where they go D&D for the
Yeah,
last
it was
time.
good.
When they
That
did
is phenomenal.
the player's
Yeah.
manual for the show was
Yeah.
amazing. And I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's
did you guys, are you guys D&D people? Did you ever
No.
play it?
No.
No.
So I played it when I was a kid. And then when I learned, to
How's
play
that
sports,
possible?
They
I
had
stopped
that.
playing. Yes, actually, it started in the 70s. I played it in the mid 80s, like around the same time these guys were playing it. So the same edition. And I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was very nostalgic for me. I loved it.
Yeah, the
I stopped
last scene
playing like
was,
it went like fourth or fifth grade.
I mean, that's some
No,
of
it
the
was
best
great.
cinema they had in the whole series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That was, and I love that the Duffer Brothers did that last, so the emotions were genuine.
Mm.
Like that was the very last thing anybody filmed.
Scene they filmed. That's
I mean,
cool.
that was really smart, and you could tell it was genuine, like just emotion from the people.
Did you see like the I forget the actor's name, but the dude that plays Mike,
Wolfgang.
he was saying,
and Wolfhart.
yeah, he was saying that that they were possibly planning a spin-off based on those like little people, little
The kids.
Yeah, like I said, that's what Netflix is going to do. Let's be real here. They're going to
As long as Derek's in it, I'm good.
Yeah, Derek and Holly, that'll be good.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
Holly was really good. She did really, really good, I thought.
It's going to be hard to replicate though, because every character in the first season was like absolutely lovable.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Dustin, Lucas, Mike, Will, 11 was great in the first season.
mm-hmm.
Will and
Like,
Mike.
every character was great.
Will and Mike, I didn't care about, to be honest with you.
I mean, they weren't at the top of my list, but they were really good season 1, I thought.
Yeah. Mike, actually, I liked season 1, and as the seasons went, I liked him less and less.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah, I liked him. Yeah,
I agree.
but that's what I'm saying. Season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, season
they
1,
were
you're
on
right.
Such a high point.
Yeah.
Gosh, so 100 years ago.
Yeah, literally almost a decade.
That's wild.
Yeah, but I thought Mike was pretty good season 5. Like that was probably one of his better seasons.
He just
Compared
didn't
to
show any
others.
emotion. No emotion.
Yeah,
That was my biggest complaint with him, is minus except for when actually Elle died, or what he thought. Other than that,
Yeah.
the entire season was, I mean, his sister was missing, and he was like,
I forgot who was related to who, to be honest with you. They don't really, like you said, he's not like upset about his sister. I forgot.
he was
don't
pretty
remind
broke
you
up
of
about
the-
Holly though, and what you call it really wasn't that much. Rambo.
Oh, Nance.
no, I thought it was the opposite.
I thought it was the opposite. Nancy
I thought
was
Nancy
way-
was much more emotional. I thought Mike literally
especially
didn't
from
even
when
care.
she saw her and
Yeah.
Vecna pulled her back up. That was
That was the one scene that I can remember where Nancy was like super worried about her.
Well, the whole time she's just talking about, I'm going to get Holly. Like that's kind of all she cared about. I felt like was I need to get Holly.
Yeah, I agree.
But Mike too. Mike kept saying that I'm talking about like scenes where they were like actually emotional about it. Like
I
Mike
don't
kept
remember
talking
any.
about going to get Holly too. I just can't remember any. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I can't remember any. Other than that one where, they're reunited.
All right. Is that it?
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
It was,
I enjoyed it.
All right. It's been the front
It's
office.
worth it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the front office. The lights are low, the boards are lit, and the Dynasty clock is ticking. From the heart of the startup draft to the championship throne, one crew rules the long game. Give it up for the undisputed architects of empire, Dynasty Front!